Good morning everyone. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Ben and today we're going to be talking more ego talk. We're going to be talking awakening. We're going to be talking about your reactions, guys. If you want to awaken more, become aware of your conditioned mind patterns, you've got to watch the reactions in situations. So I'll talk about that now and it may help you awaken more and become aware of what you've got going on, because we've all got stuff going on, guys. So I've got a gardening business as well as my Feel Your Golf. So I was cutting this lady's lawn and she's quite particular, so I did the lawn, finished it all off, it looked okay to me, it looked fine. She come out and she said, I'm not very happy with that bit there. So what did I do? Instantly I said, why? What's wrong with it? A dead defensive, unconscious answer. And it was the tone of my voice, really. So the reaction was taking me over. And this is what will happen with your awakening, is I saw where I used to work as a young lad. I used to work in a target-driven environment. It was very micromanaged, on the computers, watching what you were doing. And nothing was ever good enough, guys. Whatever we did, it was never good enough. So her saying that brought that reaction up to the surface. I inner contracted, I was dead defensive, my self-image was threatened. You know, she's threatening my work. What's wrong with my work? I was doubting myself. Everything's going to come up to the surface. And don't run away from that, guys, because if you're on an awakening path or you want to awaken, that's what the awakening is going to do. It's going to show you all your inner child wounds, all your mess, everything that you've picked up during your life. So don't run away from it, guys. That's what we've got to do. So my reaction was, right, what's wrong with it? So she said, oh, I'm just not happy with it. As I finished it off, this is what's bizarre, is it's what your mind is doing to you about what she said. There is nothing wrong with what she said. She wasn't happy with it. I should have just finished it off. But my mind was conditioned from that past previous work environment. So all it was that pattern whirling round and round again, constantly. It's not going to be good enough. We're never good enough. And you'll see this in yourself. You might have given her a fear-based answer based on your conditioning. But the mind mechanism is exactly the same. It's exactly the same, guys. So then, as I finished it off, she paid me, she said cheers, I went away, and this is the key bit, guys, you've got to watch it then. The next job I was driving to, my mind, this is where you're having a conversation with your mind, your ego, about what she said. I'm going to knock her on the head, she's doing my edit. She's doing my edit, and I can't be doing that for 20 quid. Her having a go about my work, this is what your mind's going to do. And that's your key. What are you missing? You're missing the now. You're missing your awareness of what's really happening. You're missing all that because we're lost in time. So it's perfect, guys. Write that in your book when it happens. So, a week later, I go and do the lawn again. So what am I doing? I'm driving to her house. And what's my mind saying? I wonder what this Mardy cow's going to say today. Come on, guys. I live in the real world. That's what your mind's going to say. It's probably a lot worse. And I thought, oh my God, and this is what you will see. Guys, it's not really happening. Your mind is constantly feeding you stories based on all your fears, all your inner child. You've not dealt with the inner child, and that's what will happen with your awakening. Your fears and your wounds will come up, so I'll do some videos about that. Your reactions are just like that. You don't even know you're doing it when you're in the third dimension, because you are your reactions, you're your mind. So as I was driving there, all this come up. And this is what's strange is, as I knocked on the door and she come down, you'll be aware of all that going on. And that's where people think they're probably going a bit nuts, and I still have that. But you'll be able to deal with that. And then you'll see that none of what you're thinking is coming true. So that's why you need to have a journal and write down what's happening. Because I think that in my year journal, nothing's come true that I thought's going to happen. So when she come down the stairs, and I was really aware that day, guys. You know, them bliss days that you have where your mind's dead quiet, you're really in the now. She come down, I could see her face, she was dead tight here, and I was just in pure no mind. And you can see people change in front of you because you've not got that defensiveness about you. And when she's talking, it's really weird, is that when people are really unconscious, you really don't really listen to them. But when you need to speak, you'll just have the right action there. It's dead weird. Your mouth will open and words will come out that's required for that situation. So guys, just observe that. And when you get the clicks, when you get the links to your past, and when you get a situation like that again, you'll have them days where you'll just know that you'll always have the right action, the right thoughts, the right speech, everything in the actuality of the now. You will do. It's really bizarre. Right in that moment of when she says, "Morning, Ben, how you doing?" You just have it. It's dead weird. So that's what you need to monitor. Monitor your reaction, guys. Can you see how the mind is punishing you constantly from the past? You'll get to see all these patterns. How ridiculous is that? Me driving to that job, creating a mental movie, my mind is, it's creating a mental movie structured by thoughts that it's going to protect me. It'll be driving you nuts, but you'll be aware of it, and that's the whole point of it. Before, you were just all that stuff going on, driving round, lost in thought, lost in the external world, but as you become more aware, you'll see that and you'll be like, oh my God. And that's when you'll start releasing all your emotional baggage, guys, your inner child. And that's what I'll do some videos on, guys, because using the word spiritual, people, I would have just turned away from that. You're just more aware, you're more awake of what's really going on. Your consciousness is expanding. It's like me walking back to my car now. When I see all the droplets on the leaves, you'll just see its essence. You'll see all the leaves moving on the trees that you weren't aware of before. It's magical. And it's like, it's dead overcast today. Look how overcast it is. Before I was really happy when it was sunny. I was a bit down when it was grey. It doesn't matter to me. My mind doesn't label things anymore. It is as it is. I just hold things in my awareness. It's really quite strange. You just see not the external world as noise, but it's just 90% of what you're thinking about is just total pointless stuff. And it's hard because we have them shifts where we're flying, then you're coming back, but the ego days are what's showing you what you need to work on. I'll go to work on Monday morning, I'll go to that woman's house, and there'll be some other stuff in me that'll come out. And it's just a cycle of cleaning your inner space, guys. So have a look at it. It's really funny. Your reactions will show you your inner state. I get taken over it sometimes and I think, what was it? Don't put yourself down. Don't get agitated with the ego, because that's what it wants. You know it wants to beat you up, but you'll just see it. Slow down. One thing at a time, guys. Breathe. Breathe. Listen to the space in which she's talking in between. Then you'll just have the right answer. So have a look at that, guys. I'll do some other videos about the inner child, because that's all we are, guys. I was a little boy, you was a little girl, and we didn't know how to deal with that as young people, and we suppressed it, and we're reacting from that inner state still, because we've not purged it, we've not worked through our emotions and feelings. And we're in a society where people are dumbing it down. And how ridiculous is that, guys? Because what is life about? It's about what you feel. It's about experiencing what you feel, guys. The wind today, the air, the smell of the earth when I'm walking back to the car. It's what your senses are, your sensitivity, guys. Don't put yourself down if you're sensitive. I'm really sensitive, guys. It's wonderful because you can navigate your way through life so much more easily. You'll know where that's void, that energy over there. You'll just know. You'll know the next move with people. It's a blessing. I have them days, guys, where it's really intense. We all have that, but it's just a shift in energy. So use it. Use your blessing to be sensitive, guys, because you're alive. You're awake. Isn't that what you want? You don't want to be asleep and lost in your mind of all the problems that aren't really reality. It's just your mind. Listen to me. Listen to them stories that I'm driving you nuts. And you can't sleep and you're tossing and turning. Because it wants your attention. And that's your inner child, the wounds inside your stomach, fueling your mind. Of course it is. So it's time to wake up. It's time to go into your fears. And that's what the universe is going to do. It's going to show you that, and you're going to go, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. You think I'll be doing videos like this? That's what it's going to do. But that's what you came here to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be awakening. So I'll see you soon, guys. Have a very good day. Goodbye.